Everything look good. Let me get my chat up. Contender regime boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? What's happening, man? Another episode of Merlot Fridays. Oh yeah, we back. Let me make sure everything up and running. Yeah, man. So I really want to talk about this Caleb Plant and David Benavidez fight. It's been a long time coming. As you see in the title, no Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight, but we do have Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. I want to know from y'all, is that a W? And then also I want to break this fight down, man, and see what y'all think and see how y'all feeling about the fight. Make sure y'all hit that like button as you slide through. I appreciate it. Shout out to my brother Eric Bowden in the building. Shout out to the brother Murray in the building. What's good? You know what I'm saying? Oh, and I'm celebrating little bro B-Day today. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Salute the bro. You feel me? Long live Monte. You dig what I'm saying? It's up. You feel me? Shout out to the big homie, Big Mike, Real Talk TV in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you for pulling up. What's happening? What's happening, man? Yeah, man. Today is a day of festivities, a day of celebrations. Even though in Dallas, Texas right now, it's like pouring down rain and it's been ugly all day, gray, wet outside, nasty. You feel me? But we're going to chop it up on this boxing. Shout out to the brother Antonio Holmes in the building. What's good? Said Caleb about to outbox him. Okay. I really, truly want to know what y'all think about this fight because I'll be honest. I'm on the fence. I'll be honest. I'm on the fence. I've always said that this fight was a 50-50 fight. But I'm really on the fence with this one. I'm really on the fence with this one. I think I can't really say definitively who I think will win this fight until I kind of see a glimpse of what they look like in training camp. David Benavidez has had issues making 168, lost his title on the scales. He never really looks like he's in phenomenal shape. So I think that's going to be something to look at. Caleb Plant, always in great shape. As far as, physically, aesthetically, he always looks like he cut up and in really good shape. You know what I'm saying? But we've seen him gas out at the end of fights before. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. Shout out to the brother Brian Peters in the building. What's good? Shout out to my brother Alamane Cruz in the building. What's happening? Says salute contender. I'm feeling the same way. Not sure who wins yet. Big facts. Shout out to the brother Crown Me King Sports Talk in the building. Say I got Benavidez. I ain't mad at you, bro. I ain't mad. And look, before we start breaking this fight down, let me give kudos to Caleb Plant. Simply because going into that fight with Darrell, I had my doubts about Caleb Plant. And not because of his skill set, not because of his ability as a fighter. If y'all know what's going on over here at Contender Regime Boxing. If you've been paying attention and you listen to my breakdowns of Caleb Plant's fights, you know what I think about his skill set. But I didn't like the way the way he gassed out in that Canelo fight down the stretch after the fourth round and just turned into a shell of himself based off of his gas tank being empty and he couldn't take the pressure. That's one thing. And then he was extremely friendly. He was overly friendly in that fight with Canelo, and I didn't like that shit. And that gave me doubts going into the Darrell fight. But he went out there versus Darrell, and he got the knockout. The most definitive way that you can win. You know what I'm saying? The most dominant way that you can win. So I thought that was a beautiful performance. The fight was competitive, but Caleb Plant looked sharp. He was going to the body on Darrell. Hand speed was there. I like the fact that he's added Breadman to his coaching staff. You feel what I'm saying? Because Breadman does a really good job of getting fighters to expand their game, just like he did with J Rock versus Jerry Hurd. Being able to get fighters to do something that's a little bit outside the box when it comes to what they normally do. I think he got Caleb Plant feeling stronger, feeling having more belief in his power shots, and standing in the pocket a little bit more and letting off combinations. Something that I thought he should have did versus Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, that's Canelo. You got way more shit coming back at you, but at the same time, I thought he should have imposed his size a little bit more and let them hands go. That way, he wouldn't been so gassed out after the fourth round from moving all damn night. You know, so I think it's gonna be interesting to see this. I guess this upgraded version of Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. And to be honest with you, we really don't know which David Benavidez is gonna show up. We don't know if he's gotten better or what, because since Errol, he ain't really fought nobody. Since the Errol fight, David Benavidez really ain't fought nobody. Uh, you know, he really hasn't been tested. He's been thrown in there with Kyron Davis, David Lemieux, guys that are there to lose. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Jacino6 in the building, said, where the hell Jamal Charlo at? That's a great question. I did see, and make sure y'all following on the Instagram, Contender Regime Boxing at Instagram. I did see that Jamal Charlo has resurfaced, and at the very least, he's training again. So I don't know if behind the scenes they got a fight lined up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they got something in the works, but he has been in the gym and he has been training. But you know what? Shout out to the brother Gabriel W in the building. What's good? Jamal Charlo, man, I'm not really gonna put too much stock in him right now. You know, I always support him as long as, you know, he fighting and doing what he's supposed to do. You know, I want to see him win. I want to see him, you know, achieve great things, but he got to believe that for himself. And he got to show consistency. He got to put the work in. Jermell Charlo, on the other hand, you see what he doing. So ain't no reason why Jamal can't be out there doing the same thing. They let you know they on two different pages. You know what I'm saying? So Jamal gonna have to step up. I think the same way Caleb Plant moving right now, going after David Benavidez, you know, he took the L versus Canelo. Okay, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? He let me down, and not because he lost, but because of the way he carried himself throughout that fight. But now he came back. He went out to Darrell. He said, okay, look, you know, yeah, Darrell older. You know what I'm saying? Darrell probably not the same fighter that he was 3, 4, 5 years ago, but at the same time, he's still a dangerous guy. And Caleb Plant going after him and making a statement the way he did. And then after that, he calls himself to be on this revenge tour. He goes directly to David Benavidez. That lets me know that Caleb Plant, he got belief in himself and he feeling some type of way about how all that shit transpired, and he got something to prove. That's what I think Jamal Charlo need to be moving like. I think Jamal Charlo need to be moving like he just took a L. You know what I'm saying? It's some fighters out here, bro. I think all fighters should move like that, really. That's how Devin Haney moved. That's why I fuck with Devin Haney so heavy. You know what I'm saying? You see Devin Haney hop in the ring on Lomachenko. He the undisputed champion. He the undisputed king at lightweight. He got everything. He got the money, got the belts, got the fame. He got everything. He is on boss. He really running shit. Really putting other fighters on his undercard and shit. Really having a budget for fights and shit. He got everything. Yet he's still jumping in the ring on motherfuckers and challenging them. Saying, I want you, even though he already got everything. Devin Haney is undefeated, but he moved like he took an L. It's some fight. I think all fighters should move like that, but some fighters need that shit more than others. Motherfuckers need to start moving like they done took L's, bro. You know, you can't get too comfortable in this game, bro, because that shit'll pass your ass up real quick. It'll pass you up real quick. Shout out to my brother Money Brown TV in the super chat, coming through and showing love, man. Look, make sure y'all subscribe to Money Brown TV if you haven't already, man. One of the best boxing channels on YouTube, bro. Always talking some real shit. He said, salute my brother Contender. Continue grinding and holding the line. Said Bud duck and deserves all the smoke. Ain't no half stepping. Big facts. Big facts. Definitely ducked out the fight. We could talk about that a little bit too. You see the title, no Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford fight, but we got Caleb Plant versus David Benavidez. Is that a W? You know what I'm saying? Is that a W? You dig what I'm saying? Because, you know, everybody's saying the whole war of words on Twitter. I want to know what y'all think about that. You see, we posted in the community, Errol, Spence, and Terrence Crawford going back and forth. Terrence Crawford took 2 weeks to come out and try to save face, man, and try to really make up for the silence, and everybody out here dragging them like they should be. Now, I'm gonna support Terrence Crawford in the sense that I want to see him be successful and I want to see him grow and I want to see him do great things. But when you out here ducking, man, and you lying to the people, you playing with the fans, you know what I'm saying, and you stringing the fans along, making us think that you really want to fight, but then whole time you working on some other shit. Nah, bro, that you got to be held accountable. Just like I said on the last live, I normally don't advocate for fans being involved in the business of boxing and what's going on in negotiations and shit like that. But at this point, somebody got to be held accountable, and it's looking like it's Terrence Crawford for the most part. You know what I'm saying? You said you agreed to everything, but then why we ain't got the fight? How come we ain't got the fight? And another thing, ain't this the same shit Terrence Crawford did with Manny Pacquiao? Y'all remember Serious Jones when he battled Murder Mook? He said, ain't this the same shit he played with Cassidy? Ain't this the same shit Terrence Crawford did with Manny Pacquiao? And I defended Terrence Crawford on that. Shout out to my brother Knockout Boxing 86 TV in the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. He got the debates going crazy over there. You know what I'm saying? The live shows be lit. Excellent boxing knowledge, man, when it comes to breaking down these fights and making predictions and shit. Man, keep doing your thing, brother. I appreciate you, bro. We need you out here in these boxing streets. But ain't that the same shit? Ain't that the same shit Terrence Crawford did with Manny Pacquiao? It's the same shit. And I defended him on that. I came out, I said, why the hell? And I don't think Terrence Crawford was afraid to physically get in the ring and fight Manny Pacquiao, but that showed you they business is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's this literally the same shit he did with Manny Pacquiao. But think about it like this. You know what I'm saying? They didn't take the Manny Pacquiao fight. Bomac came on camera and said he admitted that he advised Terrence Crawford not to take that fight. I think behind the scenes, they both talked about that and said, I don't know the reason why, but they said it has something to do with the money. But yeah, you have BLK Prime. Shout out to my brother G Mays in the building. You got BLK Prime. It's a platform that none of us ever heard of. They don't have no track record of putting on no big fights. I don't know how they got proof of funds. We ain't never seen. The only thing that I seen on BLK Prime in terms of fights, bro, they doing street beefs. Like, they putting on street style fights and stuff like that. I don't even think they got like a live audience. I don't know if they making all their money just straight off of streaming and pay-per-view. I don't know. It's too many questions. But see, this the thing. This what really grinds my gears with the whole Terrence Crawford not trusting Al Heyman or having all these questions and all that. I don't mind if you're a businessman and you got a deal that you're working on, a huge deal, the biggest fight of your life, and you got questions. You should question everything. But at the same time, bro, how you so quick to make a deal? G-May said it looked like a porn site on BLK Prime. Bruh, real talk, I don't know what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? But it's like how you got all these questions for a proven entity like PBC, like Showtime, like Al Heyman, who has a high success rate when it comes to business and making big deals and making big events happen. You know, how you got all these questions for them, but then you have BLK Prime who just come through out of nowhere. Can y'all name a high level pay-per-view that BLK Prime has put on? You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at Terrence Crawford if this shit is really legit and he really finna get 10 million and they really finna just jump out the window and pay this man all his money for that. You know what I'm saying? To fight David Anesthesia. You know what I'm saying? David, I'ma leave you. If they doing that for this, then hey, rob them. Because that's the same shit Canelo did. Canelo robbed DAZN for what, $300 million? Just robbed him. But you see, DAZN got staying power. They done put together, you know, some big events. And consistently. They might not have gave us all the fights that we wanted, but they got a track record. They done put on big events. And before they did the deal with Canelo, they actually like put real fights on him. You know what I'm saying? And Canelo swooped in and robbed him. So if this the same type of situation, I ain't mad at Terrence Crawford. Go rob their ass. You know what I'm saying? If they willing to just throw money around like that, you know, who the hell in their right mind gonna pay Terrence Crawford $10 million to fight David I'ma leave you? You know what I'm saying? Who in their right mind to pay that? So I'm still questioning the legitimacy of, you know, these fights. Have anybody seen Terrence Crawford versus Avanesia on tickets on sale? Make sure y'all hit that like button, man, as you come through. I appreciate it. Have anybody, that's real talk, Bud Burn Bridges. Can anybody post the website where they got tickets on sale? Can anybody post the website? Can anybody give me a link where I can buy? I want to go to the fight. I want to go to Terrence Crawford versus Avanesia fight. How can I get tickets? It's a month away, 30 days. How can I get tickets? I got questions, man. I got questions. The same amount of questions Terrence Crawford had for Al Heyman and the PBC. I got them same amount of questions on the legitimacy of this deal that Terrence Crawford got with BLK Prime. I'm not saying he ain't getting paid. I don't know. The whole Adrian Broner shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But can anybody show me where I can get tickets? When Errol Spence had the Yordenis Ugas fight made a month and a half, 2 months out, you could get tickets. You know what I'm saying? A month, 30 days out, 60 days out, you could get tickets. Where can I get Terrence Crawford tickets at? I just want to know. So you mean to tell me they finna recoup that whole $10 million off pay-per-view buys? For $39.99, the Terrence Crawford to this day still haven't did a pay-per-view over $200,000. How you gonna recoup $10 million off pay-per-view buys from Terrence Crawford? Where the live gate gonna be at? I got questions. I got questions, man. You know, how come Terrence Crawford couldn't show Errol Spence where they was getting the money from? How come Terrence Crawford couldn't show him where the back end was coming from? Why wasn't no percentages? These questions that I have. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit that Terrence Crawford was saying on that live, you feel me? It was like, a lot of that shit wasn't making no sense, man. Shout out to the brother Third Ward, Houston, Texas in the building. What's good? Shout out to H-Town. Said, who gonna be on Bud undercard? Big facts. Who gonna be on his undercard? I know I can't be the only one with these questions, man. I can't be the only one with these questions. You know, Terrence Crawford come out and try to paint the narrative that Errol Spence is somehow, you know, reluctant or afraid, or he not his own boss because he has a team that's working for him, like Al Heyman, an advisor. People just try to gloss over the fact that Al Heyman's title in Errol for a lot, pretty much all the PBC fighters is advisor. So think about this. If you pay a guy, a Harvard grad, who is an astute businessman, who has a highly successful track record of doing good business, you pay this man good money to be your advisor, and motherfuckers get mad when you use him as your advisor. You think Errol Spence gonna blindly take some type of, you know, write on some type of paper from a app or streaming platform that don't have no track record or nothing, we don't know shit about them, without going to talk with his advisor? The man that he paid to make sure everything good? Come on, bruh. That shit don't even make no sense. But Terrence Crawford trying to paint this narrative, oh, you not your own boss, just because he just got free from Top Rank and he out here, you know, moving reckless and shit. Just like Telefimo Lopez was when he tried to sign that deal with Triller and that shit fell through. You feel what I'm saying? The same shit. They ended up having to fight on the zone for less money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to understand, bruh, how motherfuckers gonna paint this, how you gonna try to paint this picture when we can see the lies, bro. We can see through the bullshit. I wouldn't advise Errol Spence to, if you got Al Heyman, you got PBC, they done built up Errol Spence's platform, you know, his fan base. He got a network deal. Well, he got multiple network deals. He's been fighting on Fox, fighting on Showtime, doing great pay-per-view numbers, fighting at Cowboys Stadium, got a home base, got a fan base across the nation and across the world. So why would Al Heyman advise Errol Spence to go rogue and go sign a deal with some people that we never even heard of before? Errol Spence talk about, well, what about the back end? How we gon' what about the percentages? Terrence Crawford ain't even thinking about that shit. He just like, shit, fuck it, come on, let's go sign. Let's go sign, fuck it. Let's go sign. Said bosses have advisors to ensure they're making the right decisions. Big facts. Said even the president has a cabinet for a reason. Bud really think people stupid out here. Big facts. And that's the shit that's really like kind of grinding my gears a little bit. Like the fact that people really eating this shit up. They really think that it's a smart idea to not have guys like Al Heyman in place when you dealing with millions of dollars. Motherfuckers think you not supposed to have somebody like that. Terrence Crawford, the way Terrence Crawford, he didn't even know Terrence Crawford needs somebody like that because he didn't even know how to pronounce BLK Prime. He on the live talking about ABC, BLT, you know what I'm saying, BFL, best for less. You know what I'm saying? He said everything but BLK Prime. So it sounds like to me, Terrence Crawford, you need somebody, a PR person, you need to pay some damn body so your shit can go right. Maybe you don't need a damn Bob Arum, but at least put somebody in place to make sure your shit going right. You can't even pronounce this company that you said paying you $10 million. That shit don't make sense. Shout out to my brother 817, aka Mr. Talk Too Much in the building. What's good, man? Shout out to the city, man. Shout out to my brother Jay Einstein in the building. What's good? Said I feel like this BLK Prime gonna be on some Triller shit and put a low budget ass event. That's possible. But look, see, this the thing. I hope that Terrence Crawford's event is successful. Let me just preface this with this. I hope that Terrence Crawford's event is extremely successful. I want him to achieve. I want him to go out there and knock Avenesian ass out. And I hope that the event is successful. All I'm saying is that it's natural for Errol Spence to have questions about this BLK Prime shit, because I got questions about it. Errol Spence just came off of a Showtime event where he fought in his hometown in front of 45,000 fans in Cowboys Stadium. Did 300,000 plus pay-per-views, which is routine for him, in a unification match with PBC and Al Heyman. Why would he even entertain the idea of going to fucking BLK Prime? What pay-per-view match they put on? What championship fight have they ever hosted? Why would Al Heyman even entertain that? Especially when Terrence Crawford said, I accepted everything. Shout out to my brother D Luckett in the building. What's good? Why would Terrence Crawford why would Al Heyman even entertain BLK Prime if Terrence Crawford Remember Bernie said that Terrence Crawford accepted everything? Even on that live that Terrence Crawford did, he said, I took everything. I accepted everything. Well, why we didn't get the damn fight? How come we didn't get the fight then? How come Terrence Crawford didn't post that term sheet that Errol Spence told him to post that he got in August? How come he didn't post that? I just want to know, man. I got questions. He said it's more going on that's not being said. I believe it, D. Luckett. I believe it. Said, when has Bud done 250K pay-per-views? I'll wait because I ain't never seen it. Which begs the question, how the hell is BLK Prime going to recoup this money if they ain't even put tickets on sale yet? What, this going to be an exclusively pay-per-view fight? So is this going to be an exclusively streamed fight, no live audience? Where the tickets at? It's 30 days out. When Errol Spence fight was made, we had tickets on sale 2 months from the fight. Where the tickets? Said, why would he do record numbers with such a lackluster opponent, seeing as though he didn't do that with Porter? That's a great question, 817. That's a great question. Said, dude's putting down another possible boxing platform we could have as hardcore fans. Look, I'm not putting down a platform. All I'm asking questions, Southpaw Killer. All I'm doing is asking questions. The same amount of questions that Terrence Crawford had for Al Heyman, I got them same amount of questions. I can't ask questions. I'm just asking questions. I want him to be successful. I love Terrence Crawford. I'm a huge Terrence Crawford fan. I want him to win, not against Errol Spence. But I want him to win in every sense of the word win. I want him to be extremely successful. And I want him to make all the money he can make. All I'm saying is, it just, a lot of this shit don't make no sense. If you got everything you wanted in the contract, then why we not talking about Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford next, and we talking about Terrence Crawford versus I'ma leave you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. You don't think these legitimate questions, Southpaw Killer? Like, why we don't have tickets on sale? Southpaw Killer, I want to go to the fight. I want to go to the Terrence Crawford and Amnesia fight. How can I get there? Where can I buy my ticket at? Said he never wanted to fight. He just needed to sit down and say he tried. Southpaw Killer. I want Southpaw Killer to answer this. Where can I buy my ticket? Where can I get my ticket at? See, when Errol Spence fought Yordenis Ugas, I was able to go on SeatGeeks.com and I can buy me a ticket right there. It was 60 days out from the fight. I was able to go I could get my ticket right there. Look, A1 said, he said me too. Me and A17, we trying to go to the fight. Hey, Southpaw Killer, where can we get our tickets at? He said, I had great seats. John B said, it's a private event. Hold on. It's a private event. Hold on. He said, shit, you got me with that one. We got to holler at Blue. Oh, bro, my stomach hurt, bro. Hold on. Hey. Hey, shout out to my brother Blue Blood Sports TV. He said, hey, you got me with that one. We got to holler at Blue, man. Hey, I might have to hit my boy Blue on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to go to the fight. I mean, so Southpaw Killer, these questions that I'm asking, you don't think these legitimate questions, like how Errol Spence asked Terrence Crawford, well, what about the back end? Remember, let me reference Serious Jones versus Murder Mook again. He said, you spitting all this shit in these battles, but what about the booth? What about the back end? What's good? Oh man, no, y'all gonna make me go back and watch that battle tonight. I'm gonna have to reference Serious Jones and Murder Mook again. What about the booth? What about the back end? You don't think these legitimate questions? How come it took 2 weeks for Terrence Crawford to even come out and say the words that say that I don't even think he mentioned his opponent's name on the live. Can y'all let me know in the comments? Did Terrence Crawford even say Avanese's name on the live? Did Terrence Crawford even say Avanese's name on the live? He said, "Cause I'm fighting an opponent. Y'all might not know who he is, but that don't mean he ain't good." How you got a fight coming up? He didn't even say the man's name. Y'all don't think something fishy about this? Again, I'm not putting down Terrence Crawford. I want him to be successful. I'm not putting down BLK Prime because, let me tell you this, I'm a boxing fan. So a BLK Prime could potentially be a platform that helps transcend boxing to a higher level, closer to mainstream, give us more fights, give us access to bigger and better fights, and you know, that could be easily made. I'm all for that shit. All I'm doing, I'm just asking the same amount of questions about BLK Prime that Terrence Crawford was asking about Al Heyman and PBC, who we already know done put on big fights. We already seen Al Heyman give us great fights. So if Terrence Crawford can have all these questions for them, how come I can't have these same questions for BLK Prime in this deal that Terrence Crawford got going on? Because I told y'all, look, at this point, somebody got to be held accountable. And we got to talk about this shit as fans. Because now, you know, shit, we invested in these fights. We the ones that's paying for these fights. We paying for the pay-per-views. You know, we paying for the live gate. We paying for the merchandise. So now we gotta start talking about this shit. Somebody gotta be held accountable so we can know how to move accordingly going forward. You know what I'm saying? So I'm streaming that shit from the crib. Shout out to my brother D Luckett in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, Bud gonna be putting Spence down after he collects this 10 million to be prepared for that PBC lowball offer. Hey man, you know what? I can't wait, bro. I can't wait. You know, I can't wait. I really hope. Shout out to my brother A17. He said, get them likes up, man. Y'all heard that, brother. Listen to him. He telling you something good. Get the likes up. Make sure you hit that like button. Said, I'm not still in the fight, just not interested, not even watching. I ain't mad at that neither. You feel me? But, you know, like D Lucky said, you know, he said, hey, man, Terrence Crawford, after he go put that ski mask on and rob Avaneses and Black BLK Prime for the 10 million, and he say he gonna come and put hands and feet on Errol Spence. I want to see. But we still don't know who Errol Spence is going to fight. You see the last post that I made, the last video, why I think Keith Thurman is the obvious choice. But it could be Imantas Stanionis. It could be Jerron Booth Ennis. It could be Virgil Ortiz down here in Texas. You know, so I did put a poll up. Who y'all think Errol Spence is going to fight? Who y'all think is going to be? And I'll tell you one thing before y'all even answer, I can guarantee you that fighter gonna be better than Avaneses. I guarantee you whoever it is gonna be better than Avaneses. Ain't that the common theme though? Ain't that the common theme? When Errol Spence fight, you just know, he finna fight somebody better than Terrence Crawford fight. You already know. Said Southpaw Killer said, my apologies, fellas. Salute to the chat. And my boy Contender been with you for a long time since at least 2014. Man, I appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up, dog. Man, you know it's all love, bro. I be seeing you in the comments. I know you a hardcore Terrence Crawford fan and you got him winning the fight. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because it wouldn't be no 50-50 fight if everybody said Errol was going to win. Or if everybody said Terrence Crawford was going to win, it wouldn't be no 50-50 fight then. So I appreciate and I respect your perspective. But all I'm saying is like, you know, this shit is fishy. You know, it's some bullshit in the game right now. Some bullshit going on. Shout out to K Had in the building. Was good. Said it don't who fight, he beating their Said it don't matter who he fight, he beating their ass. Hey, now real talk, I think the next person Errol fight, bro, he really finna fuck something up. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. And it don't matter who it is. And y'all know I rock with Boots heavy. I don't think that's the next fight. I truly believe that Errol and Boots gonna fight at 154. But if it is, I'm telling you, bro, it ain't gonna be a good night for Jerron Boots Ennis if he fighting Errol Spence next. Whoever fighting Errol Spence next, this the worst time you could be fighting him. This the worst time. This the worst time. Shout out to the brother Dion Kennedy in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, what if Al gave Crawford his guarantee and let Spence keep the back end along with pay-per-view buys? Either Bud ass was capped or Al don't believe in the fight. That's a good question. But unfortunately, it don't work that way because let's say you have, now think about it like this. I'm glad you brought that up, Dion Kennedy. That's a great question. Think about it like this. Now, the reason why Al Heyman told Bud Crawford, asked him, why would you put a cap on yourself? Because think about this. Think about this. Think about how big Spence-Crawford is, right? Now, look, if they say, Errol Spence, you're going to get 65%, Terrence Crawford, you're going to get 35%. If we don't know how much this fight going to sell, pay-per-view, we don't know how much the gate going to do, we don't know what the merchandise going to do, we don't know how much, you know, just the total revenue of the fight, nobody has an idea of what this shit going to do because from the hardcore fans' perspective, this is the biggest fight in the sport in years. From the casual fan perspective, it's a big fight, but we still don't know what the temperature like. We know a lot of motherfuckers from the outside asking for it. You got casuals like Stephen A. Smith on a big platform like ESPN or, you know, SportsCenter, wherever the fuck he be on ESPN. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, saying he talking about the fight. You got so many different platforms and networks talking about this fight, but we don't really know what the real temperature is from the casual perspective. So let's say if you say you got a guaranteed percentage, not a guaranteed upfront amount, but you got a guaranteed percentage. Errol Spence gonna get 65%. Terrence Crawford, you gonna get 35%. Or Errol Spence get 60, Terrence Crawford get 40. Whatever the percentage was, you gonna get that percentage of the revenue of what you supposed to get from the pay-per-view, you know, from the gate. Of course, the big wigs, they gonna get what they get off top. But when you got a fight of this magnitude, you got to understand where Al Heyman coming from. Him being, again, a shark with the business. He know what he doing, got a high success rate when it comes to making great deals. So why would he venture off and fuck with a BLK Prime who we have no fucking history on? We never seen them put on no pay-per-view fight. We never seen them they haven't even hosted a championship fight. We ain't even seen a 4-rounder versus ranked. We ain't seen nothing from them. So with Al Heyman, bro, you got 65% or 60-40, whatever the percentage is, bro. That's what you get off of the total revenue. So if the fight do 100 million, you gonna make more than anything that BLK Prime would even consider offering. Or whoever the hedge fund that Terrence Crawford was referring to, you gonna get way more money. Terrence Crawford not thinking. He not thinking. The man said he don't even trust his attorneys. Did y'all catch that shit when he said Al Heyman is speaking with a guy who says that he represents Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford don't know who he is? Do that shit even make sense? That let you know, bro, Terrence Crawford, his business ain't on the up and up. How is Al Heyman speaking with some people that's supposed to be representing Terrence Crawford and Terrence Crawford don't even know who they is? He not thinking, bro. He not thinking. Again, this man couldn't even think enough to get somebody to, like a PR person, to make sure he can pronounce BLK Prime. He didn't even know the name of the company. He not thinking. I believe when them contracts came out to Terrence Crawford, man, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. He looking at this shit like this calculus or something. He like, man, what is this? I ain't never seen one of these before. Man, that man didn't know what the hell to do with that contract, man. Shout out to the OG, Mr. Munt, in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, you better believe Al had a projection of what the fight was going to make, and he relayed that to Errol Spence, and that's why EJ scoffed at the $25 million and asked, what about the back end? Now, that's a great point. That's a great point, Mr. Munt. Now, think about it like this. Remember what I said? That's a great point. Shout out to the OG, Mr. Munt. Remember what I said, y'all. We stream East Live on God. Hey, K-Hat, that's where I'm going to be. When that fight come on December 10th, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be on Stream East. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be on Stream East. I ain't even going to be at the crib December 10th. Y'all, I'm going to pull it up on my phone on Stream East Live. But look, now, remember I told y'all, Errol Spence money already set aside. We just worried about what they gonna be able to pay Terrence Crawford. His percentage already set aside. Now I do believe that Al Heyman had an idea. Of course, he's an astute businessman. This is what he do. Harvard grad. It's what he went to school for. Man, and had so much success in the music game, and then in so many different type of arenas. This man has been consistently putting on big events. Y'all heard what Drake said. He said, Al Heyman checks off of all of my events. You know what I'm saying? Al Heyman known for his great business. So, of course, he had a projection on what they would have made. And that's why, like you said, Errol Spence, he thinking, like, what about the back end? You talking about $25 million? Shit, I done talked to Al. We fucking with about 30. What's going on? Maybe even more than that. Think about it. Think about that. So, in my opinion, it's a lot of holes in what Terrence Crawford was saying. A lot of holes. A lot of holes. You feel me? And then in the live, Terrence Crawford said, you remember when they tried to make it sound like they made that Avenesian fight in 48 hours? Well, in the live, Terrence Crawford said he had been in talks with BLK Prime. How you made that fight in just 48 hours when the whole time you talking to Al Heyman, you trying to bring in some outside motherfuckers to Al Heyman talking about, look, we got these hedge funds. Who the hedge funds? Who's these companies that you referring to? Terrence Crawford had some shit in his back pocket the whole time. That's why I made those videos when I said he was ducking. I'm not going to sit up here and say the man afraid of an ass whooping. I'm pretty sure, he could take an ass whooping. All I'm saying, bruh, he don't want to get in there with Errol Spence and get that L on him. And if he do, he trying to secure the highest guarantee he can get because he don't want to bet on himself. He don't want to get out there and get his ass whooped and then don't be able to walk away with the shit that he thought he was going to walk away with. That's what it is. I ain't saying the man's scared to take an ass whooping. I'm just saying he's scared to take that L and all that, all the shit that come with it. That's what I'm talking about. He's scared to take that L and everything that come with it, man. That's what I'm saying. But it was a lot of holes, bro. A lot of holes. A lot of holes in what Terrence Crawford was saying. On one hand, you said that y'all up out of y'all wasn't working on the Avenesian deal the whole time, but you been talking to other people. I thought you was supposed to be trying to make the Errol Spence fight. See, D. Lucky said, man, Bud ain't taking no L. He getting there with Errol Spence, and he gonna get his ass whooped, man. I'm telling you, bro. I already see how that shit gonna go, bro. I'm telling you, dog. I was watching the Terrence Crawford and the Mean Machine fight the other day. I'm looking at that shit. I'm like, nah, bro. Hey, this dude finna get his ass whooped, bro. I'm telling you. He get in the ring with Errol Spence, he gonna get his ass whooped, bro. I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, bro. he gonna get his ass whooped, bro. Earl just got too much for that man, bro. He got too much for him. He got too much for him. You know what I'm saying? Those little moments that he normally have in fights where it's like, you know, them real explosive moments where he just out of nowhere, he just throws some little quick ass combinations and the opponents that he fighting, they just, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers get hit with a 1, 2, and a 3 and they done. Change the whole fight. That shit ain't gonna happen with Errol Spence, bruh. We gonna really see what Terrence Crawford made of for real. Said you gonna call me a prophet when Bud KO Errol Spence. We gonna see. Said he either working undercover trying to bring down Al or EJ, bring down Al and EJ, or he just a bitch. Damn. Said the kind of grueling action EJ put out is hard on the man. Nah, real talk, bruh. Real talk. He ain't gonna have no opportunities to rest. Ain't gonna have no opportunities to think. It's gonna be bad, bruh. It's gonna be bad. And I also think this, but like, hold on. See, this is another thing that people glossing over. Like Errol Spence said, bruh, if you just wanted a tune-up, why you ain't just say that? That's another thing. I said that already, though. If you just wanted a tune-up, why you ain't just say that, bro? I said that shit. Why Terrence Crawford didn't just come out and say, bro, I wanted a tune-up. I haven't fought since November of 2020, bro, or 2021. I want a tune-up. Why he ain't just come out and say that? If you wanted to tune up, bro, because look, he just turned 35. He been inactive. You know what I'm saying? You get in there with Errol Spence right now. You seen how he looked coming off a 17-month layoff. You get in there with him right now, coming off of one of the biggest performances of his career just months ago. Bruh, you know what was going to happen. They know what was going to happen. That's why I'm saying, bruh, whoever it is that get in the ring with Errol Spence next, they finna get fucked up. And if it's Keith Thurman, he getting retired. He's getting retired, bruh. If Keith Thurman fight Errol Spence next, that's his last fight. It's his last fight, bruh. He's done. Shout out to the brother Maurice Bridges in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, what up, Contender Regime Boxing? Your channel real and unbiased. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate. I try to be. You know what I'm saying? I try to, that's what I do, man. I just keep it 100, man, and just speak on the real shit that's going on, bro. And I break these fights down from an analytical standpoint, from a logical standpoint. I ain't right all the time, but I'm right most of the time. You feel me? That's what we do here, man. I appreciate you. Said, bro, Earl let you know he wasn't trying to fight this year. Remember, Earl said he was on vacation. Come on, bro. Just because he went to Disneyland with his family, while he waiting on Terrence Crawford to accept the damn deal, Errol Spence went to Disneyland in what? In like early October. Like late September, early October. How come Terrence Crawford didn't accept the contract in August? We just gonna gloss over that? How come Terrence Crawford didn't post the term sheet that Errol Spence and them sent to him in August, basically giving him everything that he asked for? You feel me? Why? Shout out to the OG Mr. Munt back in that super chat coming through and showing love. He said, think about it. Bud is always in A1 shape, but he is still slow. But he said he's still slow the pace of his fights. So the question is whether he said whether he in Errol shape. Oh, so the question is whether he in Errol Spence shape. That's a great question. Because Terrence Crawford is used to fighting a certain level of opposition, like David Avenesian. Let's just be real. Can we be unbiased and honest here? Let's just be real. Terrence Crawford is accustomed to getting guaranteed money fighting the likes of an Avenesian, a Jeff Horn, a Mean Machine. This is a routine fight for Terrence Crawford. But he know that getting prepared for somebody like Errol Spence is totally different. Totally different. Totally different. Shout out to the brother Southpaw Killer in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said Errol had 4 tune-ups, easy route. Remember? Come on now. Come on now. You know what it was when Errol said the easy route, man. He said, look, now you see how easy it was to make them deals with Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, Sean Porter. You feel what I'm saying? See how easy it was to make those fights? Not because they easy fighters to beat, but financially and make the contract wise, it's easy to make those fights. You see all the bullshit he going through with Terrence Crawford right now? Do this shit seem easy to you? That's why he said, I'm going to go the easy route because I can get these belts up off these motherfuckers easy because they ain't finna give me too much trouble making these fights. But with Terrence Crawford, though, we give him everything he want. He still don't sign a contract. Terrence Crawford even admitted, he said, y'all want to agree to everything when I move on. Bruh, they said that they sent you the term sheet in August where they gave you everything you wanted. So you telling me that you was already in talks with Avenesian and them in August? Well, do tell me more. That's even more revealing. So basically, Terrence Crawford saying that back in August, he already had a deal on the table with BLK Prime. Because that's when you got the term sheet when they gave you everything you asked for. I don't understand. I don't understand. Shout out to my brother D Luckett in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, is Errol making the announcement this week still? Also, isn't he fighting December 17th? Oh, you are wrong about Errol winning, but you seem to be right about everything else, brother. Hey, we gonna see. To answer your question though, that's what we were hearing, that there was gonna be an announcement this week. I think we might get something in the days coming because they are planning to fight December 17th. That's just what I'm hearing, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was later in December or early in January. I'm hoping that it's this year. I want Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford to fight like weeks apart from each other so they can be on the same page. If Errol gonna stay at 147, go ahead and let's try to, like he said, he gonna spin the block. See if we can make that Terrence Crawford fight happen. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the OG Mr. Munn back in that super chat coming through and showing love. He said, when you got the right people handling your business, you can go to the moon on vacation if you want to. Big facts. That's another thing. That's another thing. Think about it like this. Let me go back to what I said earlier in this live. If you pay Al Heyman to be your advisor, your representative, you paying this man good money. Y'all think Al Heyman doing this shit for free? Errol Spence get paid handsomely. So he getting his money. You think Al Heyman ain't getting no money? You think Al Heyman doing all this shaking and moving for free? No, he getting paid. So if Errol Spence paying this man handsomely to make sure business go as planned, what Errol need to be doing? Why he can't go to Disneyland with his family? Look, all I need you to do is make that fight happen for me. Now, if we send that man everything that he asked for, he still don't sign the contract, how we gonna put that on Al Heyman? I'm gonna tell you what Terrence Crawford need to do. He need to hire Al Heyman as his advisor. For this fight, he need to hire Al Heyman on a one-fight basis as his advisor. That's what he need to do. That's what he need to do. Shout out to my brother Big Tex 33 in the building. What's good, man? Appreciate you for pulling up. That's what he need to do. Hire Al Heyman as your advisor. Said if we got the same promoter and the same stable, everyone knows is way easier to make the fight. That exactly, Southpaw Killer. So look, that's the thing. So when Errol Spence said, I'm going to go the easy route, that's exactly what he was talking about. He didn't say, I'm going to go. It mind boggles me that people either they didn't get that simple figure of speech or reference when Errol Spence said that, or they did get it and they're painting a narrative. One or the other, either way, it's mind-boggling. It's bullshit. The fact that people didn't understand what Errol Spence meant when he said, why wouldn't I go the easy route? You think he meant go the easy route because he feels some certain type of way about Terrence Crawford as opposed to these other guys? No, he said these fights easy as hell to make. They on the PBC. Why wouldn't I just go the easy route? I can get these belts easy. Over here, I got to deal with Bob Arum. I got to deal with Terrence Crawford. If I focus all my energy on this, man, I'm going to be wasting time. Just like right now, Errol got 3 belts. Terrence Crawford got the only other belt. Why this shit still so difficult to make? Yet, he can fight Keith Thurman next, or Imante Stanionis, or Jerron Boots Ennis. Now, think about it like this. Jerron Boots Ennis, he's not signed to PBC, but he got an exclusive network deal with Showtime, and they deal with PBC. That would be an easy fight to make. But would you say that Jerron Boots Ennis is easier to beat than Terrence Crawford? If Errol Spence said, why don't I go the easy route and then fight Jerron Boots Ennis because he be dealing with Al Heyman and PBC and Showtime, the same network I deal with, why would I go the easy route and fight Jerron Ennis? You still gonna think that's easier? It's easier in the terms of actually making the fight, not getting in the ring and fighting a motherfucker. Even though I think Jerron Ennis, when it comes to Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, I think, I would give both of them the edge right now over Jerron Ennis slightly. But that don't mean he can't whoop their ass, because he can fuck around and whoop both of their ass. I got to see more. But I'm just giving you an example that's what Errol Spence meant when he said the easy route. Errol Spence stood right there in front of Terrence Crawford, let him know, bro, I'm going to stop you. Come on, bro. Boy, I ain't scared, man. Shout out to the OG Mr. Monk. Back in that super chat coming through and showing love. He said, trust me, little bro. People knew what he meant. Big facts. That's what I'm saying. See, that's the trolling. That's the troll. They knew what the hell he meant. Shout out to my brother Jay Cooley in the building. What's good? Said, what up, fam? What you think about the Twitter war? Hey, we've been talking about it this whole time, man. We've been chopping it up about that, Jay Cooley. Appreciate you for pulling up, though. You know what I'm saying? They knew what he meant. They knew exactly what he meant, bro, but they trying to paint a narrative, so they play dumb. You got people it's somebody on YouTube, they whole channel is Errol Spence taking the easy route. That's the name of their channel. Motherfuckers took that shit and ran with it. Whole time, we actually seeing right now what Errol Spence meant. Look how hard Terrence Crawford is his own boss now, so to speak. He's his own boss, even though Bomac, hold up. How is Terrence Crawford gonna say Errol Spence not his own boss because he listened to his paid advisor, Al Heyman? Remember when Bomac said on camera that he advised Terrence Crawford not to sign a Manny Pacquiao deal? Remember that? Remember that? Is he not working with Bomac no more? He ain't working with Bomac no more? They don't got B&B boxing no more? I'm the only one that seen that video? Bomac said, I advised Terrence Crawford to not... Hold on, D-Look it. So you said Bomac not making final decisions. So tell me why the hell Terrence Crawford didn't fight Manny Pacquiao. So you telling me Terrence Crawford ducked? Because when I brain that... Remember, I defended Terrence Crawford when the Manny Pacquiao situation came up. I made 2 videos. I said, man, why the hell would Terrence Crawford duck Manny Pacquiao? I said, he'll beat the brakes off Manny Pacquiao. He'll retire Manny Pacquiao. I talked all kinds of shit. I had Manny Pacquiao fans going crazy on my channel. Y'all know how Manny Pacquiao fans is. They toxic. They was disliking the video. You know what I'm saying? Comment all type of shit using Google Translate to hit me with all type of insults in the comments. They was popping up on the live going crazy. I defended Terrence Crawford in that situation. Then I seen that video where Bomac said, I told Terrence Crawford not to take that deal. Guess how much money they said it was? It was supposed to be for $10+ million. Hold on, D-Lucky. He said, hold on. D-Lucky said, man, Bud ain't ducking no Manny. It's more business than that's being done that makes them close the deals. Look, hold up. But D-Lucky, you said Bomac don't make the final decisions. But if Bomac don't make the final decisions, then how he tell Terrence Crawford not to take the Manny Pacquiao deal? It wasn't about Manny Pacquiao asking for money. It was about Terrence Crawford and them having questions about where their money was going to come from. Tell me about this. Tell me, how come Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao had a deal? How come their deal went through? He said, oh, that was different. Hey, oh, that was different. Come on now. See, these the questions that I have. They said, yeah, hold on. Southpaw Killer, you said that Manny Pacquiao kept asking for more money, but Bomac said Manny Pacquiao signed the deal already. The only person that didn't sign was Terrence Crawford. So how Manny Pacquiao asking for more money if he already signed? Bomac said that he told Terrence Crawford don't sign. So how come when it comes to these big fights like Terrence Crawford versus Manny Pacquiao, Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence, how come we can't get these fights done, yet you jump out the window with BLK Prime, a company we never fucking seen before, and fight Avenesian? How? Come on now. Shout out to the OG Mr. Monk back in that super chat going crazy, showing love. Appreciate you, my brother. He said, do y'all know how easy it is to be an EJ fan? My integrity remains intact because he keep it a buck. Big facts. Think about what Mr. Munt just said. I don't have to get on here and cap and cape and say all this bullshit. Y'all know I'm all about integrity. You know what I'm saying? I keep it 100, man. You know, I'm respectful. You feel me? And we talk good boxing. And I'm one of the biggest Errol Spence fans on this YouTube shit, right? So look how easy that is. I don't gotta get out here and paint no propaganda or nothing. We talking logic. See how easy it is? Integrity. Now, if I was I'm a Terrence Crawford fan now, but I'm not if I was a super like caping for Terrence Crawford ass motherfucker, if I was that, bro, I have a hard time trying to piece all this shit together, trying to make this shit make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, that shit'll run me crazy. That shit'll run me crazy trying to piece all this shit together. Like, damn, he just said this, but no, he said this. Now the motherfucker can't even pronounce BLK Prime. How he getting 10 million? He didn't even say his opponent name on the live. Damn, the fight is 30 days away. We can't even get tickets. Bro, that shit'll run me crazy. It's easy to be an Errol Spence fan. It's easy. Shout out to the brother Captain in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said, it's amazing to me how these dudes defend Bud when he blatantly shows us he doesn't give a fuck about the fans. Big facts. Big facts. On that live, he showed y'all, he said, look, he came out, he said, look, man, hey, why would you get mad? Where they do that at? Why would you get mad at me for going to get a bag? See, Terrence Crawford said some real shit in that live. A lot of this, if you look beyond all of the bullshit and the filler and the smoke screens that he threw out in that live, he said some truth. And one of those truths was when he said, look, hey, man, look, I ain't even have no guarantee with the Errol Spence fight. Why would I take that? Even though he said they agreed to everything. Why would I take that when I can go fight a lesser opponent and get paid more? When he said that shit, bro, I'm like, that's how he really feel, bro. That's how he really feel. That's how he really feel, bro. When he said that shit, I knew that's how he really felt. That's how he really felt, bro. When he said, man, look, why would I go fight? Why would I take this deal with Errol Spence? Even though I already agreed to everything, which if you did, we would have the fight. But he said, right, how can you agree without signing? Facts. Right. So using Terrence Crawford logic, he said, you know, I already agreed to everything. You know what I'm saying? But why would I take this Errol Spence deal with no upfront money, no guaranteed money, when I can go fight a lesser opponent? He said, y'all might not know him. He's still good. But I can go fight him and get paid more than what I was going to get for that. So if you really read between the lines, it was some truth. It was some truth in that. It was some truth in what Terrence Crawford was saying on that live. But it was so flooded with bullshit that it's hard to pick apart. That's why I'm telling y'all, bruh. Like, it'll be hard to be a Terrence Crawford fan. You know, like I'm talking about these motherfuckers who make their whole YouTube channel based around Terrence Crawford. I know y'all see him out there. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all see him out there. Shout out to the OG Mr. Munt back in that super chat, coming through and showing love. He said, all I'm saying, young blood, is if EJ started talking nonsense, he said, I'll just be quiet before I try to defend it. But Bud fans have a hard time doing that. That's big facts. That's big facts. That's real talk. That's why, like, when all the whole Twitter shit, if you follow the Instagram, again, make sure you follow the Instagram, Contender Regime Boxing on Instagram. I posted Number one, I posted what Terrence Crawford said on Twitter when he was like, look, I'm finna go live tonight and tell the whole truth and whatnot. So I posted that on the ground just to if people didn't see it, if people didn't know, I posted that. I'm like, just so everybody can be prepared, everybody that's following the platform, cool. And then also when they start having their back and forth, I'm posting this shit so I can get the feedback from the people. You know what I'm saying? Let y'all kind of, check the temperature, see what's going on. But I sat back and I analyzed the shit first before I just jumped out and went on live. I didn't just jump out immediately and go on live. You know what I'm saying? I sat back, I chilled. I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on. You feel me? Let me try to piece this shit together, see what makes sense, what don't make sense. And as I did that, a lot of that shit Terrence Crawford was saying, man, it wasn't making no sense. It's like every other thing he said was a contradiction to the previous thing he said. You know what I'm saying? You said that, y'all made the fight in 48 hours for Avenesian, but whole time you said you talking to Al Heyman, talking about you bringing in BLK Prime and these other hedge fund companies about some more shit. Talking about you had already been in talks with them about making another fight. And then you say, y'all wanted to give me everything I asked for after I moved on, but Errol Spence said they sent you the term sheet with everything that you asked for in August. So that means that you've been working on this Avenesian deal since August? It's so many contradictions. Then you didn't even mention Avenesian name on the live. Then you didn't even know how to pronounce BLK Prime when it's just 3 letters, BLK. Motherfucker said ABC, BLP, Best for Less, BFL, BMF. You know what I'm saying? He Big Meech. He said everything but BLK Prime. So it's just too much bullshit going on. Too much bullshit going on. Shout out to the Queen Nick J in the building, man. Hey, make sure y'all tune in tonight on Queens of the Ring. Hey, Nick J, drop the link to your channel in the chat so everybody can know where to find you and subscribe. Nick J and Boxiana on Queens of the Ring tonight, every Friday. Make sure y'all tune in. Great show, hell of a show. You know what I'm saying? Said he done shouted out SPM. Hey, like, bro, it's too much bullshit. Too much bullshit. Too much bullshit. But look, I want to get y'all thoughts on this. So let me know who are y'all picking in the Caleb Plant and David Benavidez fight. We talked about it early on in the live. We kind of broke it down just to set the stage, but who y'all picking in that fight? You see the title. I say we not getting no Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight. You know what I'm saying? But we getting David Benavidez and Caleb Plant. Is that a W? I mean, at least we getting some. It ain't exactly what we want, but this is a fight that we've been wanting for a minute. Said I got David, CP. Said Benavidez by KO. Okay. Yes, that's a big. I agree, Nick J. It's definitely a W. In a climate right now where we not getting fights that we want, I think this is a good look for boxing and it's dope for the fans. Said I want Plant to win, but my mind and money say David. Let me see. I got Scarface DB. Okay, shout out to my brother Eric R, man. Always coming through with the phenomenal breakdowns and insights, man, when it comes to this boxing shit. Be going deep. Said I got Plant. He's slippery. Okay. It's a big fight. Now Jamal need a big fight. Okay, so I'm seeing some mixed reviews. You know what I'm saying? Some mixed predictions, but a lot of people picking Caleb Plant. And look, let me see. Ain't gonna be no standing TKO shit. Okay. So look, I think this is a 50-50 fight. I've been saying that this is a 50-50 fight. And even more so now, I'm like, I don't know. I will say that I gotta lean towards David Benavidez. Let me tell you why. Even though I think, shout out to the brother Heartless in the building, what's good? Even though I think Caleb Plant is the more skilled fighter. I think Caleb Plant is more skilled. I think Caleb Plant has a higher boxing IQ. I think Caleb Plant has a better team, coaching staff, strength and conditioning. I think Caleb Plant is more athletic. However, I think this is a stylistic matchup for Caleb Plant that he is going to struggle with. Caleb Plant showed me some good shit in that Darrell fight. He showed me that he's willing to stand in the pocket and throw and exchange combinations and try to catch you in between your shots. He showed me that he believes in his power, so he's willing to stand there and try to set you up for some shit and actually sit down on that punch as opposed to being so elusive and not really sitting down on his shots. I don't know what his stamina looked like because in the Darrell fight, he didn't do a lot of moving, and that may be testament to Breadman. Breadman probably got him sitting right there, you know, and doing effective movement and not just doing unnecessary shit. So maybe his gas tank was a little bit deeper than it was in the Canelo fight. So I'm not gonna say, oh, because he got Larry Wade now that he's supposed to have all this stamina, because he had Larry Wade for the Canelo fight and he ran out of gas in 4 rounds. David Benavidez, on the other hand, incredible offense, great hand speed, really good punching power. I ain't gonna say great because who has he knocked out that means something? You know what I'm saying? He ain't knocked out nobody that really bout shit. You know, the Darrell fight, that shit was stopped on a cut. And I actually thought Darrell was doing good in that fight. David Benavidez, though, is a pressure fighter, and he's bigger than Caleb Plant. And he might be physically stronger than Caleb Plant, and he might have a better chin than Caleb Plant. This is why I'm leaning towards Benavidez. I think I like Caleb Plant where his mind is right now. He say he on a revenge tour. He got confidence. He feeling good about his power. He feeling strong. And he on David Benavidez's ass right now. He said that I'm the one that went and secured this fight. You feel what I'm saying? But with David Benavidez, though, I think it's a tough stylistic matchup for Caleb Plant. I think his gas tank is gonna get tested. Now, granted, Caleb Plant has been in the ring with the better competition, and he's been more active than David Benavidez. But I feel like Benavidez putting pressure on Caleb Plant, walking him down. If he can take Caleb Plant shots consistently, I'm going to have a hard time believing that Caleb Plant going to be able to go 12 with him, because I feel like at some point he going to get cornered and Benavidez going to put hands on him. D-Lucky, you said that you heard the fight was canceled. I hope that ain't the case. Please, Lord, don't let that be the case. Lord, when we get some type of good news, please don't let that be the case. Come on, D-Lucky, say it ain't so. Say it ain't so, Bloodbath. But look, I haven't heard that yet. Hopefully it is. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything is still on the up and up with that. Come on, Bloodbath, don't do it. Say it ain't so. Come on now, D-Lucky, don't come in here with that, man. Come on now, say it ain't so. But look, I like David Benavidez in that fight. I think it's 50-50, though. I think Caleb Plant can win. But he going to have to box his ass off. And the reason why I'm not head over heels for Caleb Plant, even after the spectacular knockout of Anthony Darrell, and the fact that he got Breadman on his team now, I'm not head over heels, bro, because I know what happened when you put a motherfucker that's going to walk forward with that pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? I know what happens with Caleb Plant. He run out of gas. Now, David Benavidez ain't no Canelo. I'm not saying that, so don't get it fucked up. But I do know Caleb Plant will run out of gas on your ass. So, but he can win. It's all about what type of shape he in, what that stamina look like. If he gonna sit down on his punches at times, so he don't have to use so much foot movement and be able to kind of pace himself, control the pace of he said, what if Plant walk forward? That's what I want to see. If Plant walk forward, not the whole time, but if he shows more balance and walks forward for a considerable amount of time in the fight and tries to at least attempt to push David Benavidez back, I think he can win that fight. He can win that fight. I would like that version of Caleb Plant as opposed to him going out there trying to evade David Benavidez and just say, Nick J said if he walks forward, he getting KO'd faster. That's another thing you got to think of. Said if Plant walk forward, he getting fucked up. Now, look, when I say walk forward, I don't mean recklessly. I'm not saying that he should come in like he Errol Spence or something. What I'm saying is that at times in that fight, you have to stand your ground. Not box off the back foot 100% of the time. Remember in the Canelo fight, I had Caleb Plant winning the first 4 rounds. But I knew he couldn't keep that shit up because Canelo was getting closer and closer to him, and he started running out of gas, and he wasn't gaining any respect from Canelo. At some point, even when you boxing, at some point you gotta stand there and let him put your feet in the ground and go to the body a couple of times. Clench him up, let him feel your physical strength, lean on him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Push his ass off and then get back to moving. You know what I'm saying? And then when you make him miss, you make him pay. You don't just make him miss and then try to counterpunch on the move and then just keep moving. No, you make him miss and you sit there with him for a little bit and you throw some shit at him and make him feel that shit. You got to stand your ground sometime. You can't move 100% of the time. He not going to beat David Benavidez like that. He going to walk your motherfucking ass down and get on your ass. You got to be able to, I'm not saying walk forward because he going to get fucked up like that. I'm saying, look, box. That should be your number one thing, box. But you got to be able to, hand speed, like Big Tex 33 just said. He said, do you think Plant have the hand speed advantage? That's a great question. I actually think David Benavidez got the hand speed advantage when it comes to combinations. Caleb Plant probably got one. He's probably faster with one punch, but David Benavidez is faster with combinations, and I think that could be a problem. I think Plant is faster with one punch, like a jab or maybe a lead left hook, but David Benavidez is faster with combinations. But what I'm saying is, Caleb Plant, he can't expect to just move out because he don't got the gas tank. We already seen him try it with Canelo. We seen him try it already, bro. After 4 rounds, he was done. After 4 rounds, all that moving, it was over with. He was done. So he gonna have to pace himself. You know what I'm saying? At some point in the fight, bro, you gonna have to stand your ground. Let him, like how Bivol did with Canelo. Bivol didn't just move the whole fight. Bivol moved, he controlled distance. You see how Shakur Stevenson fight? I always compare, when it comes to distance control, I compare Shakur Stevenson and Dimitri Bivol because they both do a great job of having minimal movement but still controlling the distance. You got to be able to not exert so much energy moving around, but still be able to keep a motherfucker at bay with your jab. And then when you need to sit down on a shot, you sit down on that shot, let a motherfucker know you in there. And then you start boxing again. You can't just move the whole damn fight, bro. That's how Erislandy Lara lost to Canelo. You moving all damn night. Sometimes you gotta sit down and let the judges know that you in control. He not gonna beat David Benavidez like that. So I know I just went on a little rant, but going back to one of the brothers, what y'all said though, as far as with Caleb Plant, if he do walk forward at times, he can be successful. But not the whole night. He gonna get beat up if he do that. And if he try to move all night, he gonna end up getting getting hawked down, and I think Benavidez is gonna get to him and beat him up, man. Cause by round 8, round 9, he gonna be tired. And Benavidez don't stop. He just keep on going, keep on going. And it take more energy to move backwards than it does to come forward. All he gonna do is just wait till he get tired, get him in one of them corners, man, and beat him the fuck up. That's what's gonna happen. So that's why I'm leaning towards Benavidez, bro. But I think Plant can win. He got to be perfect though. He got to be perfect. You know, and this could be one of them situations. You know how sometimes fighters, bro, they get a big knockout. Who's fighters who not necessarily known for big knockout power. They get them a knockout and they fall in love with that shit, and they think they can do that to everybody. If he go in there trying to fight David Benavidez like that, he gonna get beat up bad. Shout out to the brother D Lucky in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said Plant doesn't have the power to keep him off. Said when you lack power, you have to throw more punches. Remember, Plant gas tank is halfway full at round 1. That's big facts. That's big facts. I think it's gonna be two things. I'm not going to put too much stock in the lack of power, even though we all know that he's not a great power puncher. I think he just caught Darrell. Like I always say this, you hit anybody with the right shot at the right time, you can knock their ass out. People talk so much shit about Devin Haney. He hit a motherfucker with the right shot at the right time, your ass going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm not going to put too much stock in his lack of power. In my opinion, it's more so that lack of stamina, like you said, D Lucky. Like, he gonna have to keep on, he gonna have to be moving from round 1 to round 12, but be able to sit down at times though. You know what I'm saying? And let a motherfucker know you there. Because if you get in there and you try to move the whole fight, it's gonna be two things that you got working against you. Number one, your gas tank gonna go down faster. And then number two, the judge is gonna be looking at that shit like he ain't really doing nothing. So you got two things working against you, bro, and you don't want that. You don't want that. So I think it's gonna be a good ass fight. Said his lack of chin. I'll be honest. I actually think Caleb Plant got a decent chin on him. I think he got a decent chin. You know what I'm saying? He got a decent chin. You know what I'm saying? He been stopped. David Benavidez has been dropped before. You know, I think him getting stopped by Canelo, it was a combination of Canelo's power, but also Caleb Plant just being fucking gassed, bro. I'm telling you, go back and watch that fight. If you look at the first 4 rounds, pay attention to Caleb Plant's body language. Pay attention to when they go to the corner and you look at his face, look at how he breathing. Look at how swift he was in the first 4 to 5 rounds. And then after that, look at how much he slowed down. At that point, Canelo didn't even land big shit. He ain't even land nothing like that. Canelo didn't really start landing shit till like round 6, round 7. So go back and look at the difference. Bro, he was gassed as fuck, bro. He was done. When Canelo caught his ass on the ropes like that, bro, all it just took was a couple of good ass shots. It was over with. He said because his ass ran a marathon all night. Facts. He was gassed, bro. You can't. I've been. That's why I always loved, you know, and I feel like I believe in this guy more than he believes in himself, Jamal Charlo. That's why I always loved the Jamal Charlo chances versus a Canelo. Like Dimitri Bivol versus Canelo. We seen how that turned out. You seen how Canelo fought, how Floyd fought Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Floyd didn't move all night. Floyd stayed in mid-range with him. He even fought in the pocket with him at times. Because you got to let that motherfucker know you right there with him. And then you box. You can't move all night. The same reason why I like Charlo in that fight, because, you know, Charlo can box, he can move, but he gonna fight your ass too. He gonna sit there with you and throw them bitches with you too. So when it get down to round 9, round 10, That motherfucker still got some heat on them shots because they ain't been wasting all their energy all night. Shout out to the OG Mr. Month back in that super chat, coming through and showing love. He said Benavidez will go into his high guard and doesn't even reset his stance. When he comes out of the high guard, said he just start punching. Pressure. Big facts. Big facts. He ain't wasting no energy. He ain't wasting no energy. No energy. He gonna be on Caleb Plant ass all night. And it's only one way Caleb Plant gonna get Benavidez off his ass. Is if he sit down and he gets some respect. That's the only way. That's the only way. That's the only way. But I understand why a lot of people picking Caleb Plant. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of people don't really like David Benavidez for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? He be out here doing all that crying and, oh, I can't get no fights and all this when you done lost your belt 2 times. One due to cocaine and then one on the scales, both your fault. You know what I'm saying? Your ass could have had the Canelo fight, but you fucked it off. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, motherfuckers giving him all this credit and all this praise and stuff. I feel it. You know, Caleb Plant, I used to be a big fan of Caleb Plant. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I'm saying? I used to be a big fan of Caleb Plant. I still like his game. I like his skill set. But ever since he did that friendly shit with Canelo, bruh, I don't feel the same way I do. But that don't have no type of effect on the way I'm judging this fight, though. You know what I'm saying? The way I'm analyzing this fight, it don't have no effect on that. I'm still gonna give it to you real. Because I don't really too much care for David Benavidez or Caleb Plant like that for real. But I know they both really good fighters. You know what I'm saying? I know this is gonna be a great fight. And it's a fight that we both been wanting. You know what I'm saying? This is a fight we all been wanting. You know what I'm saying? This whole time. Said need to ban him. Said need to ban him and Fury from boxing. Fuck the BS. Hey, I ain't mad at you, Heartless. I ain't mad at you. Said I'm the same way contender. That sucker shit didn't sit well with me. Yeah, bruh. Like I like the shit that Caleb Plant be saying in interviews. I like how he moved like outside the ring. Seemed like a respectable guy, and he seemed like somebody that ain't just finna let you just step on him. You know what I'm saying? Like I respect a motherfucker who professional and they respectable, but at the same time they let they nuts hang when they need to. You feel me? Like they ain't just finna let nobody disrespect them. You feel me? I like motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they just know how to move. But then, you know, when he was in the ring with Canelo though, he was friendly, bruh. He was friendly. And that shit made me lose respect. Like, if Errol Spence did some shit like that, bro, I wouldn't fuck with him like that no more. I'm gonna keep it 100. If Errol Spence did some friendly ass shit like that, bro, I ain't fucking with him like that. It's the same shit, bro. That shit just, I ain't like that, bro. I didn't like that, dog. That shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, how can I have faith in you about you winning a fight, bro, and you in there acting friendly, dog? You supposed to be trying to kill this motherfucker in there. You know what I'm saying? Said David a monster, bro. I fucks with his steel, his vibe good for boxing. I like the shit that David Benavidez be saying, like, oh yeah, his stilo. I know what you mean, but like the shit that he be saying as far as like, okay, I want to fight the best. I ain't ducking nobody and all this shit. Yeah, looking for approval and shit, bruh. That shit was weak, dog. Like, how you in the ring, you head to head with this man. He trying to take, boy, Canelo was in that bitch. You know, Canelo talking to him. But, hey, look. Hold on. Canelo hearing what he's saying, but he like, yeah, I heard what you saying. Make the wrong move. I'm taking your shit smooth off your shoulder. Like Canelo in that bitch lining this shit up. He like, yeah, let's get back to this smoke though. What's good? He ain't trying to hear none of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Shout out to my brother Lord Sweat, real in the building. What's good? He ain't trying to hear none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? But no, bro, I didn't like that. I didn't like that, bro. Because as a fan, if I'm rooting for you, but you in there being friendly with the opposition, no, that ain't cool. And David Benavidez, I like watching him fight. I think he's a very fun fighter to watch. You know you're going to get offense. I would love to see David Benavidez in a war. Like, I want to see him in an all-out war. I want to see him in some shit where y'all know what'll be a good-ass fight. I think this shit going to be a war, though. Real talk. I think this shit going to be a war. You feel me? But the winner out of this, man, I would love to see, like, I know they at 168, but I would love to see either the winner out of this shit fight like a Jamal Charlo, or go up to 175 and fight a better BL. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit'll be hard. Like David Benavidez versus Arthur Better BL, that shit'll be a good ass fight, like a war. I want to see David Benavidez in a fight like that, because I know he gonna be in that bitch trying to scratch something. You know what I'm saying? I think this fight gonna be a war, but it's gonna be more tactical though, because Caleb Plant. I think Caleb Plant gonna fight smart. You know what I'm saying? Late in the fight, it'll turn into a war. But I think early on, Caleb Plant gonna try to be smart with it, as he should. You know what I'm saying? Be very strategic. But if I can see David Benavidez fight two people, if I had to choose, the Canelo fight would be lit. You know what I'm saying? But I would choose Jamal Charlo or Arthur Better BL. Cause I think them motherfuckers, them fights will be a war, bro. Like, both of them guys will be going crazy. Say, I like David versus Maul or Andrade. Yeah, bro. I don't know what Jamal Charlo or Andrade got going on, bro. Them dudes. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, some of these fighters, bro, I don't even know like what they got going on. Shout out to my brother D Lucky back in the super chat, coming through and showing love. See, he's saying the same thing. Like, man, what the fuck is Jamal Charlo doing? Said he ain't gonna be ready for David. He's been too inactive. Facts. Big facts. Big facts. So, but see, this the thing. This why even if sometimes fighters not fighting the guys that I want to see them fight, I like some level of activity though. Because if you out like Jamal Charlo be out and you inactive like him, every time you come back, it's gonna be a tune-up. Every time you get in the ring, it's gonna be with somebody that we didn't ask for. Every time you come back, it's gonna be against a motherfucker that nobody asked for you to fight. Say he had a back injury. I remember hearing that he did have some sort of injury, which was the reason why his fight with, who was he about to fight? The person he was finna fight wasn't nobody that we wanted to see though. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? The person that he was finna fight wasn't even nobody that we wanted to see. You know, but I just hope he get his shit together, man. I'm a huge fan of Jamal Charlo. I think he's a great fighter, bro. But Selecki, yeah. Selecki. I didn't want to see that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't want to see that. That ain't nothing that I never asked for Jamal Charlo versus Selecki. Never. That shit was never even on my mind. When that fight got made, that shit before that shit never ever crossed my mind in life. You know what I'm saying? So, but I fuck with Jamal Charlo, man. I support him, and I wish the best for him. I hope he come back, and whoever he fight, I hope he knock their ass out, man. Go crazy. You feel me? But bruh gotta be more active, dog. Gots to be more active. Said David's plan always been to beat Charlo and absorb his star power. Yup, that's what they've been wanting to do the whole time instead of working for that shit. He said he thinks Charlo is good because he moving up like the last foe. Oh, you say you think he fooled? Yeah, trying to get him to move up in weight. Said, hell no, Jamal need to fight a top guy he ain't did since. I agree. He need to fight a top guy. That's what I want to see. I agree with you. I agree. I feel like Jamal Charlo wasting his talent. He wasting his talent, bro. He wasting his talent. I've seen this before with guys, you know, wasting away their talent. Said when he said David name like that, it landed credibility to him, and he hadn't beat nobody yet. Yup, that's facts. That's facts. And I know what you're talking about too, A17, when Jamal Charlo was like, shit, I go up to 168 and whoop David Benavidez. People wasn't even thinking about him like that. At that time, the younger brother was still probably more popular than David Benavidez. Old boy, Jose Benavidez, he was probably more popular than him. You know what I'm saying? But when Jamal Charlo said his name, see, that's why you don't never say nobody's name if you not willing to face them. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a fighter, bro, you don't never say nobody's name unless you willing to fight them, dog. Don't ever, especially if you bigger than them, bro. If you bigger than a fighter, bro, you never say their name unless you willing to beat their ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because all you doing is giving shine on their name. You giving shine on their name. You know what I'm saying? You putting shine on their name and you giving them clout that they didn't even work for yet. So now, if they with all the smoke and they coming for your neck and you turn that shit down, now you looking crazy. And they star power continue to rise. Don't never say, if you a fighter, bro, you don't never say nobody's name, especially if you bigger than them, unless you willing to beat their ass. Said we forget so fast that Errol took them. Bruh, what 4 tune-ups he took? He said, we forget so fast that Errol took them 4 tune-ups because it was easier to make, and that was okay for EJ fans, but Bud took an easier route that he made in 48 hours. Hold on, who is the 4 tune-ups, Southpaw Killer? Who is these 4 tune-ups? Said when Tank mentioned Devin's name, what happened? Said, yup. Hey, real talk. Hey, 817, that's real shit. That's real shit. Tank bigger than Devin. He say Devin's name, but if you not ready to fight, Devin gonna continue to rise. And Tank, he looking crazy right now. You know, he might be the bigger star or whatever, but Devin Haney on top of the world. He got everything. Devin Haney literally living your favorite boxer dream right now. Got the money. He his own boss, got his own promotional company. He funding fights. He putting boys on his undercard. You know what I'm saying? He got Undisputed. You know what I'm saying? He got everything. Everything, all these boxers, what they fighting for, what they want, they want what Devin Haney got. You know what I'm saying? At 23 years old, he already got everything, bro. I'm trying to hear what Southpaw Killer's talking about. He talking about, he said, hold on, D Lucky. Hold up. I'm glad you said this, D Lucky. Hold on. So, D Lucky, let me just confirm, because you said Mikey is one. So, I want to ask you this and confirm before I go in real quick. So, D Lucky, you telling me that Mikey Garcia was a tune-up? Don't look at it like who he fighting, because Errol Spence, that's Errol Spence. He make anybody look like a tune-up. But do you think Mikey Garcia at 39-0, 4-division champion, top 5 pound for pound, was a tune-up? Answer that, D Lucky. Hold on, Southpaw Killer said Mikey, Ugas, Porter, Danny, all tune-ups. None of them will be. Wow. Wow. All right, let me ask you this. Think about this. So Mikey Garcia came up 1 weight class. He was a 4-division champion. He was 39-0. He was top 5 pound for pound on every major pound for pound list on every boxing platform that you could think of, right? All right. I just set the stage for that. Think about this. Now, the reason you say Mikey Garcia, hold on, before I even go forward, D Lucky, can you tell me why you think Mikey Garcia was a tune-up? Because I wanna tie this shit together. Why you think Mikey Garcia was a tune-up? Was it because he came up in weight? I'm waiting on my boy D Lucky real quick. Just tell me why you think Mikey was a tune-up. Is it because he came up in weight? Because no, don't say that. No. Because you think highly of Spence. No, bro. You can't say that. Look, hold up. All right, look. Let me say this. And my phone and shit about to die, but hold up. Let me say this. All right. So you say Mikey Garcia is a tune-up because you think highly of Spence. I think that's cap, D Lucky. I think you saying that because he came up in weight. You said that fight was too easy. Why? Because you think Mikey was too little, right? Now think about it like this. If Floyd Mayweather, I'm not saying that Mikey is Floyd. Let me say Lomachenko. Let me say Lomachenko. That too, okay. So let's say Lomachenko went up. Let's say Lomachenko was a 4-division champion. He was 39-0. Or Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao, any of these guys. They top 5 pound for pound at the time. They rank highly on everybody's list. These guys are considered the creme de la creme of the sport. Mikey Garcia was that when Errol Spence fought him. Errol Spence fought him coming off the best win streak that he done had in his career. Think about it. So when one of these guys are Floyd Mayweather, Lomachenko, Manny Pacquiao, if they go up one weight in they division, if they go up one weight class and they fight another top guy in that one weight class if they fight the top guy or one of the top guys in the weight class above them, one weight class, do you think they would consider that a tune-up? If Lomachenko in his prime, if he went up one weight, because he did that. He went up one weight class in lightweight and he fought a guy out there, is that a tune-up? Floyd Mayweather going up one weight class to fight Miguel Cotto. Was that a tune-up for Miguel Cotto? Canelo Alvarez going up to 175 to fight Dimitri Bivol. Is that a tune? Even though you might think Bivol was this, he the bigger fighter. It's a higher weight class. Was that a tune-up for Dimitri Bivol? Canelo Alvarez, multi-division champion, undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Top 5 pound for pound. So how is Mikey Garcia a tune-up for Errol Spence? It looked like a tune-up. All right, say that. Don't say it was a tune-up just because it was, but you can say it looked like a tune-up because that's Errol Spence. Errol Spence made it look like that. So why not give credit to Errol Spence as opposed to trying to discredit that win, saying that Mikey Garcia was a tune-up? He was top 5 pound for pound, 39-0. Just beat Adrian Broner. Beat Robert Easter Jr. for the belt. Beat Sergey Lipinets when Sergey Lipinets was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Had won titles in 4 divisions. He was fucking shit up. Mikey Garcia was running through everything. And then you go up one weight class and you get outclassed by Errol Spence. Now it's a tune-up. But if that happened to anybody else, like a Canelo Alvarez going up to fight Dimitri Bivol, nobody said, oh, this is a tune-up for Dimitri Bivol. Hell no. Motherfucker said Canelo was going to win. The same way people said Mikey Garcia was going to beat Errol Spence. Oh, yeah, I was here on YouTube at that time. I had hella motherfuckers in my comments talking about Mikey just more skilled. Mikey, he got higher ring IQ. Errol Spence just a come forward fighter, just a dumb robot that just walk forward all day. Errol Spence fight like a caveman. He don't got no mind. He don't think. Mikey Garcia actually box. Mikey Garcia is a counterpuncher. I had hella motherfuckers telling me that. So how all of a sudden Mikey a tune-up now? You see what I'm saying, bro? When Earl get in the ring with these dudes, bro, he make them look less than what they is, bro. Danny Garcia is the only fighter. He the only fight that you could maybe consider a tune-up. But Danny Garcia would have beat all them dudes that Terrence Crawford fought. Terrence Crawford fought Jose Benavidez. Danny Garcia beat him easy. Danny Garcia would have knocked Mean Machine the fuck out. Danny Garcia, that version of Kell Brook that Terrence Crawford fought, Danny Garcia knocks him out. The version of Sean Porter that Danny Garcia fought, the version of Sean Porter that Terrence Crawford fought, Danny Garcia beats him. The fight with Sean Porter and Danny Garcia was extremely close. And Errol Spence fought Sean Porter at his best. That was the best version I ever seen Sean Porter. So how that's a tune-up, Southpaw Killer? How your Dennis Ugas a tune-up when he coming off the biggest win of his career versus Manny Pacquiao, who just beat Keith Thurman? How is that a tune-up? Abenizin, that's a tune-up. Jeff Horn, that's a tune-up. Mean Machine, that's a tune-up. Come on, bro, it's different. It's levels. Shout out to the brother Maurice Bridges in the super chat coming through and showing love. He said Mikey Garcia called Spence out, asked for the fight. Crawford taking tune-ups willingly. That's another great point. Mikey Garcia called out Errol Spence. Terrence Crawford going searching for tune-ups when the shark knocking on his door. Errol Spence beating down the door trying to fight Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford going searching for tune-ups. He even went as far to go fuck with a BLK Prime that we don't even know if they really putting on fights for real. And he going through all this trouble to fuck with BLK Prime for a tune-up. Come on, bruh. Come on. He's talking about 10 mil though. Errol Spence got a bag fighting Mikey. So you telling me fighting Mikey Garcia and fighting David Abenizin the same thing? Come on, bruh. Is fighting Mikey Garcia 39-0, 4-division champion, pound for pound, in Cowboy Stadium on pay-per-view, doing almost 400,000 pay-per-view buys, and Terrence Crawford fighting Abenizin? You telling me that's the same thing, bro? No, it's not, bro. It's not. I don't think anybody's picking Abenizin to beat Terrence Crawford. Nobody. Nobody, bro. He said Bud fought a dude off a shot in the knee and a layoff. Big facts. You can't, bruh. See, that's what I'm saying. See, look, this where it come in, like, this where the delusion be coming in at. Like, we really trying to say Errol Spence's last 4 fights was tune-ups when we actually live and in the flesh, we see Terrence Crawford willingly chasing down a tune-up. Out of Errol Spence's last 4 fights, tell me who would David Abenizin beat? Would David Abenizin beat Danny Garcia, Yordenis Ugas, Sean Porter, or Mikey Garcia? David Abenizin not even fucking with Carlos Ocampo. You think David Abenizin fucking with Ocampo? I think Ocampo will beat the shit out of David Abenizin. Beat the brakes off of it. And Errol Spence stopped him in the first round. Come on, bro. Bruh, come on, bruh. Come on. Hold on. Dog. Hold up, look. So we gonna sit up here and act like David Avenese didn't get knocked out by Mean Machine? We gonna act like, was Lamont Peterson a tune-up? Because he beat David Avenese. And Lamont Peterson was I believe he was like #1 for the IBF, wasn't he? Like right after Errol had beat Kell Brook, he was like #1 for the IBF. Lamont Peterson beat David Avenese. You said Virgil got hurt by Mean Machine. Terrence Crawford did too. But look, all I'm saying is this, bro. You think Errol Spence would have beat the shit out of Mean Machine, bro? Come on, bro. Errol Spence beat the shit out of Mean Machine, dog. That's a real tune-up, bro. Do you think Mean Machine will be any type of competitive for Errol Spence, bro? Hell no. Hell no, bro. Hell no. Mean Machine would not be competitive with Errol Spence, bro. Not at all. That shit would be a concise beatdown, bro. You know what I'm saying? A tenderizing. Said if he hit him clean. Man, stop, bro. Come on, bro. I can't believe you saying this. D Lucky, you killing me right now. He said Virgil Ortiz went life and death with him. Virgil Ortiz is like 22 years old. Terrence Crawford done seen his best years already, bro. Come on, man. This dude like 22 and he ain't even this like a step up fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, come on, dog. And he ended up stopping. He beat the shit out of him. Hold on. Shout out to my brother Eclectic Agitator in the super chat coming through and showing love, and he corrected me. He said Crawford didn't just get hurt. He was dropped by Mean Machine. That's facts. So let me just ask you this. Do you think that Mean Machine would have dropped Errol Spence? Bro, that fight would not be competitive, bro. He would not be competitive, bro. Mean Machine would get his ass cooked by Errol Spence, bro. That shit. It's possible. Yeah, you're right. It's possible. I can wake up with wings tomorrow. Say he a strong dude. Man, look. Come on, bro. I don't think Mean Machine beating like, come on, bro. Come on, let's be real here. Let's be real, dog. Said Green Machine had Bud on his knees like the pastor called him up on Sunday. Let's be real here, man. Look. Said he would beat Danny. Hell no. Hell no. Hey, Kavaliauskas is not beating no damn Danny Garcia, bro. Hell no. Danny Garcia fucking around and knock Kavaliauskas' ass out. I ain't gonna lie. He fuck around and knock his ass out, man. Ain't no way he beating Danny Garcia. Hell no. Hell no. Yeah. Hey, D Lucky, you be wildin', bro. You and Southpaw Killer, bro. Y'all be wildin', dog. Yeah, y'all be in here wildin', man. This dude said my man had 4 tune-ups. Said I think Virgil would beat Danny. Virgil probably would. That's Virgil Ortiz, though, but not Mean Machine. Virgil probably would beat Danny. It ain't gonna be easy, but I think he can beat him. Said Ugas like, bro, why you bringing up old stuff? Why you bringing up Ugas old shit, bro? Ugas got robbed a lot of times, bro. They been robbing Ugas. Ugas got robbed. Said I told y'all Bud went straight Usher on the ground. Bud Confessions. Said, yeah, hey, Ugas got robbed a lot of times, bro. Some people said Ugas got robbed against Sean Porter. Said Mean Machine was catching Bud. If EJ catch Bud like that, he going to sleep. Facts. On me. Yeah, no, Mean Machine was putting hands on Terrence Crawford. Like, Terrence Crawford was getting hit with a lot of shit versus Mean Machine, bro. He was getting hit with a lot of shit. Like, real talk. He was getting hit with a lot of shit. If that was Errol Spence in there, bro, dog, he going to sleep. He gonna be beat up bad, bro. He said Bud didn't respect Mean Machine. Shit. Hey, after getting hit a few times like he did, he should have respected him. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, though. You know, I get it. Who's to say he won't go in there and do that with Errol Spence? Said Bomac was looking concerned. Hey, yeah, real talk. Look, this is another thing why I be saying, you know, Bomac, he just be letting Terrence Crawford go rogue. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford just be going rogue in the ring. Because when they interviewed Bomac, you know, they was like, as Terrence Crawford was getting hands put on him by Mean Machine, they asking Bomac, so what you think about what you seeing in there right now? Like, what you think about what's going on with Terrence Crawford right now and what he need to do? And Bomac and that bitch looking like, ooh. He was like, yeah, hold on, watch out. I'm trying to see what's going on. And then they kept asking him, you know what I'm saying? Bomac was like, well, look, he just need to get his rhythm. That's all. Look, he just need to get his rhythm. That's all it is. He just need his rhythm. They like, well, what you think he need to do for real? Like what he actually need to do in the ring, like X's and O's. He was like, he just need to get a rhythm. Man, Bomac don't be in there talking about shit, man. He just be waiting on Terrence Crawford to just start fighting. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna work on Errol, though. You feel me? That shit ain't gonna work on Errol. You need to be telling him some real shit, like you need to do this and you need to do that. He's just like, nah, Terrence Crawford. At some point, Terrence Crawford just gonna start fighting. And you know you in there with a lesser opponent. So if you put both of these dudes in a room with no coaches, you know Terrence Crawford gonna whoop his ass. Cause he just better. You know what I'm saying? He just better. So that's what Bomac be banking on. You just put Terrence Crawford in a ring with somebody that you just know he better than, and he gonna win. But that's why they be reluctant to fight Errol Spence, because you know they don't feel that way. They don't feel like, oh, he's just better than Errol Spence. No, that motherfucker different. That ain't no Egas Kavalauskas. That ain't no David Albanese, and where you just, Bomac can just throw him in a ring and go eat a sandwich and shit while he in there fighting. Bomac be in between rounds. He be over there eating snacks and shit. Ain't even worried about what Terrence Crawford doing. He like, oh, he gonna whoop his ass. Let me get back to this hot pocket I got that I warmed up and put in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? That I put in my little coat pocket on the way to the fight. Let me just turn away and let me, you know what I'm saying? He got all type of snacks and shit. He ain't even worried about what Terrence Crawford doing in there. Because he already know he's fighting somebody that he better than. But when he fight Errol Spence, oh, it's going to be different. 817 said neck bone sandwich. So he got him a summer sausage sandwich. Oh, man. Y'all wildin', bro. Man, I'm finna get on up out of here, man. I'm gonna let y'all get back to y'all Friday, man. My goddamn phone finna die and shit, man. Look, I appreciate everybody that came through and supported the live, man. Everybody in the super chat, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate y'all. Everybody in the chat chopping it up, man, and interacting, man. Y'all doing y'all thing, talking this boxing. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like the live before you leave, before you dip. If you ain't already liked the live, please. And look out for Neat J and Boxiana tonight on Queens of the Ring. Make sure y'all tune in. It's going to be a great show like they always do on Fridays, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great weekend. Contender Regime, boxing. I'll holler at y'all. Look, hey, watch the, look out for that Bivol and Ramirez fight. We didn't get a chance to talk about that, but that's going to be a good-ass fight tomorrow. Dimitri Bivol and Zerto Ramirez. That shit going to be live. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about that fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to do a post-fight video on that, so y'all stay tuned. You feel what I'm saying? Contender Regime, boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.